Welcome to Phoenix Rising. Rising up every day, one day at a time, getting better, getting smarter, challenging ourselves, and rising up. With that being said, in today's video, we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about weight loss plateaus and how you can overcome them. That being said, I am not a doctor, so take this with a grain of salt. These are just 5 ways that I've overcome my weight loss plateaus, and I will tell you the story as well. With that being said, cue the intro. Tip number 1, probably the most important tip. But before I get into that, I want to thank everyone who watches my videos and subscribes, comments, likes. It really means a lot. I know you guys don't have to do that. And after looking at the analytics, I found there are 200 of you guys that have watched my videos, and that is greatly appreciated. The reach that I'm getting with this channel is more greater than I could ever get to, and I've always wanted to inspire change in other people's lives, and this is what this is doing. So with that being said, I would like to thank anyone who's watching my video, and I appreciate everything you guys do, the comments, the likes. With that being said, thank you. Let's get into tip number 1. Tip number 1 is reading labels. You have to read labels, guys. That is the one thing that I noticed with myself, is I didn't read many labels. And back when I was at 400 pounds, I was stuck there. It wouldn't move, man. I had to actually, funny story, I had to go eat rallies, man. I had to go get some rallies. And I broke my plateau that way. And we'll get into that a little bit later on. But with that being said, you have to read the labels, because they put hidden sugars, hidden carbs. Some stuff just isn't that great. You really shouldn't be eating it in the first place. So, you know, calories matter, man. I'm on Weight Watchers personally, and I love their app. But the one thing that I hate about Weight Watchers is, to them, calories don't matter. You can go ahead and eat whatever you want, but you know, you ain't gonna gain weight. Like, fruit's free? No, fruit should not be free. Fruit has sugar in it. That's why I eat it, but it's in moderation. And you know, you eat too much fruit, guess what? You ain't gonna lose weight. So, you know, everything in moderation. You know, read your labels, and you know, that'll help out drastically. So if you can do that, calories, fat, read what you got going into it, stay away from refined grains, processed sugars. I say that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, probably my most favorite tip. Well, it's up there. Tip number 2 for getting over a weight loss plateau. You gotta eat more fiber, guys. And that is one of the problems that I have with the keto diet, right? I mean, I've done keto on and off for a few years, and I love my bread, I love my pasta, but you gotta have fiber. Fiber is a big importance. You gotta reestablish your gut microbiome. And with that being said, eat healthy, unprocessed grains. Yes, they cost more. Yes, they're more expensive. But if you can do that and then take a probiotic, like I've been taking a probiotic from, no brand shout outs or nothing. But I've noticed since I started taking it that I feel better. I'm more healthier, you know, taking a probiotic than not taking a probiotic. And, you know, if you can get more fiber, eat healthy grains, you know, to feed the good bacteria. And then you got to stay away from the sugar. You got to. I try to limit the amount of sugar. I don't even eat sugar unless it's coming from fruit. And that's dead facts. Sugar is single-handedly, a lot of people don't know this, but they took mice and they fed them sugar water, and then they took cocaine and put that in water and they gave it to the mice. Which one do you think they wanted more? It was sugar water. Sugar is the root cause, whether they will tell you or not, of obesity in America. It is so bad for you that it is 20 times more addicting than cocaine is. And that is a problem. Not to mention, don't even get me started on artificial sweeteners, because all that good bacteria that you just built up in your gut, it just got killed by Diet Coke and all the artificial sweeteners that you ingest. Like, I used to use Diet Coke all the time, and I found out from another fellow YouTuber that Diet Coke and the artificial aspartame in it not only kills your bad bacteria, it actually still triggers an insulin response. So you think you're doing something good, but in fact you're not. You're just making yourself more hungry, because it triggers an insulin response, and then the body's like, where's the food at? So you're just making yourself more hungry. And I noticed that because I was on a Diet Coke kick, you know, and I was like drinking Diet Mountain Dew all the time, and I wasn't losing weight. And I was like, man, I just got to break this plateau. This was like, 6 months ago, before I started Weight Watchers and all that. But, you got to stick to being away from artificial sweeteners and sugar. I mean, not all artificial sweeteners are created the same. I recommend monk fruit if you can get away with the taste. I personally like the taste of monk fruit. They got brown sugar, no brand shout outs or nothing, but Lakanto monk fruit is top-notch quality stuff. You can get it from a health food store. With that being said, you just got to reestablish fiber and get your gut bacteria in check. And you can do that. It takes time. Tip number three. A lot of people aren't going to like this one. Are you fasting? Fasting is key to weight loss plateaus. I regularly, every 3 days, I have a 3-day fasting schedule. I do 16 hours one day. The next day I go to 18 hours. And then I do a 20-hour fast. 20-hour fast, no eating. And you're like, well, man, are you hungry in that 20 hours? No, because my body's grown accustomed to it. Which is why on the weekends, guess what? We don't fast. We don't fast on the weekends. You take 2 days off of fasting, and guess what? That goes into tip number 4, but we'll get there in a minute. But fasting single-handedly can reset everything about your body. It's like you stuck a vacuum inside your body and it cleaned out all your cells. And it's a whole autophagy thing, and like there's a lot of science into that that's really hard to get through. But I don't know how many of you know about fasting, but it is single-handedly one of my secret weapons. And I don't do it almost every day. Like, well, why can't you do it every day? Because your body gets accustomed to it and your calories start to drop. So you have to keep your calories up. That's kind of I got 6 points there, but you got to keep your calories up when you're fasting. And that's how you keep it going. Like, I fast for 20 hours a day, but guess what? I'm still eating, 15 to 2,500 calories in a day. So I'm still getting my nutrients. So, that will help break a weight plateau real easy, is if you can implement tips 1, 2, and 3, and you can just start fasting. So that's what I recommend. If you guys want to know more about the fasting world, leave a comment down below, and we can do a video on that. Tip number 4. Tip 4. Are you eating enough food? Because let's be honest here, not eating enough food is going to slow your metabolism. And, you know, if you slow your metabolism, guess what? You got a criteria there for a weight loss plateau. And we don't want that, right? We're trying to lose weight. But you don't want to lose it fast enough to where you get the saggy skin and all that good stuff. So, are you eating enough food? You know, like I said in my last video, I fast. That's me. You don't have to do that. I recommend that you do that. But with that being said, you know, if you eat enough food, that's why I was saying, you know, I don't fast on the weekends. Because if you drop your calories enough during the week, you have to pick them up on the weekends. And I know it's kind of off topic, but in a general consensus, I don't look at calories day in and day out. I look at calories as I take my metabolic rate, which it's kind of hard to figure that out, but you know, you just throw a number out there. I have a Renfo scale. It tells me that my metabolic rate is 2,500 calories a day. So I take 2,500 calories, right? And I times that by 7, because there's 7 days in a week. So if you do that, you know, you get X amount of calories. I don't know how many calories it is. I'm not good at math. But with that being said, you take that and you times that. So once you take all that out into consideration, you will then times that by that number, and you will get another number, and that is how many calories you should eat in a week. I don't worry about day over day calories, because if I don't eat 600 if I eat 600, 700 calories today, tomorrow I might eat 900. And as long as you are in a calorie deficit for that week, at the end of the week, say for you were supposed to eat 13,000 calories that week, you would then be in a calorie deficit and still lose weight. And like might ask why? Why is this? Well, whether you believe it or not, your body doesn't know what a day is. It sees the sun come up, it sees the sun come down, but does that really mean a day? Time is artificial, guys. Time is artificial. No one knows. Your body does not know what time it is. That's why I've started only eating when I'm hungry. I don't eat what society says I should eat, 3 square meals a day. No, I eat when I'm hungry. And that has made a huge difference in weight loss plateaus. Like, yeah, I'm kind of adapted to, you know, fasting and all that, so I don't get hungry. But, you know, you have to change your mindset when it comes to plateaus. Yeah, you may be doing everything right, but are you doing everything right to what society says you're doing right? You have to follow this up here to change the way you think about it. I mean, there's no other way to get around it. If you get to the weekend and you're at a negative calorie balance, you will lose weight. That's why on the weekends, I don't fast and I eat whatever I want. No fasting and I can eat what I want. Let's be real, guys. Tip number 5. You have to have cheat days. If you can have cheat days, I go frequently on the weekends. I go to rallies, I eat Taco Bell, and I don't get the mind right. Because I understand this is a one-day event, and you just have to have enough cheat days to overcome the weight loss plateau. If you are eating 600, 700, 800, 2,000 calories a day, and you go out to eat, that is like a nuclear bomb to your body. Yeah, you might feel like garbage, and that is how I got over my weight loss plateau. I went to rallies. I was 400 pounds. I was like, you know, we're not moving. I started to get down. I got defeated. I said, you know what? Go to rallies. And I went to rallies. I got a mother cruncher. I wanted it for a while. I kept seeing it on the sign. Next day, like, you know, we're heading down the trail here. I was like, you know, let's not do that, but decided you want to go to Burger King. So I went to Burger King, and guess what happened the next day, guys? I have been on a journey for the last month. I lost 19 pounds. 19 pounds in 1 month. If you don't ask me, that's pretty impressive. And it started with a cheat day. Yeah, I retained water, but cheat days aren't all that bad. It resets your metabolism. But you have to go into it with the mindset, you know, this is a one-day event. 1 day. That's all you get. Maybe 2 tops. After that, you're starting to chain together bad decisions. And we don't want bad decisions here at Phoenix Rising. So, if you could get it, if you are strong enough, I mean, maybe you don't go out to eat. If you're not strong enough to go out to eat, and you think I'm going to sabotage myself by going out to eat, don't do it, because you ain't ready for that. But there's things you can do at home. There's things that you can do in general. You just up your calories at home. You know, go have a 2,800 day, and I promise that may help. But like I said in this video, we're not a doctor. So with that being said, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, and you know, these are just tips, guys. So it's stuff that I've learned. Now, wasn't that a great montage? Man, that was awesome. That being said, weight loss is a journey, guys. You can't get discouraged by a plateau. Plateaus are nothing but that, a plateau. You have to change everything there is about it. Your body is getting used to a plateau. That's what a plateau is. It's where you become accustomed to something, doing it so bad. I'm going through this right now with my 10,000 step journey. I I hit a plateau as far, not food wise, but walking wise. Like I am frequent. I went for a 10-mile walk last night, 9.5. I'll probably be doing 6-7 miles today. Don't hold me to that. But with that being said, I'm gonna try. Everything's easy for me now. I'm down to 385. And things are getting easier. So you have to be the phoenix within and change something about yourself. If you are getting too comfortable in your situation, it goes back to my last video. You have to be uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, you ain't changing. You have to be uncomfortable to figure out what you're doing with yourself as a person. You have to change. I say it over and over again. Change your mindset. It's nothing but a mindset, folks. It's about the journey. If you can complete the journey, you could complete anything. You have to have faith in here, inside your heart, and faith up here, inside your mind. As we're doing our steps right now, no idea where we're at. It's just gorgeous out here, guys. Middle 70s. Beautiful day for a walk if you're not out here. Unless you're in Alaska where it's probably like 30 degrees, I don't know. God, I ain't looking forward to winter. But out here doing my steps, and it's coming to my conclusion that sitting here thinking, and I know plateaus may be hard, but you gotta rise up from them, guys. That's what they are. They're a plateau. It's not set in stone. It's not permanent. You know, it's not who defines you. Don't let the plateau dictate your weight loss. It's not who you are. Be the courage and self-change in yourself. And I promise, you guys can do it. And the plateau is just, like I said before, it's just a plateau. It's not the end of the world. You will get through it. As long as you don't give up on yourself and you stick to your diet, you stick to whatever you're doing that got you there to that plateau, it'll get better, I promise. That being said, that is the conclusion of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe. If you enjoyed today's content, please leave a comment down below. Remember, just rise up like the phoenix that you know you have inside. And I assure you that you can do anything as long as your mind is right. That being said, thanks for watching.